Here's a frustrating moment that every English learner knows. You have studied for years, you can read articles, you understand your textbook, and then a native speaker says one simple sentence, fast, and your mind goes completely blank. You catch one or two words, and the rest rushes past like a train you missed. So you decide your listening is hopeless, or that they just speak too fast. But here is the good news, and it is genuinely good news. Listening is not a talent you are born with. It is a skill, and like any skill, it can be trained. Your ears are not broken. They have just not had the right practice yet. Today, let's fix that, with 7 simple methods to finally understand fast English. Most learners pour all their time into reading, grammar, and vocabulary, and then wonder why real conversations feel impossible. It is like training only your arms, and being surprised your legs are weak. Listening is its own separate skill, and it needs its own training. The good news is, training it does not feel like study. It feels like enjoying things, in English. So here are 7 methods to train your ear, with a small practice for each. Follow them, a little each day, and slowly, that fast wall of sound will turn back into words you can actually understand. First, understand that listening is a separate skill, and you must train it on purpose. Reading and listening feel like the same thing, understanding English, but in your brain, they are very different jobs. When you read, you control the speed. You can stop, look back, and think. When you listen, the words arrive fast, and they vanish instantly. You get no time to stop and translate. This is why someone can read a difficult book, yet freeze in a simple conversation. They trained their eyes for years, and their ears almost not at all. So from today, give listening its own place in your practice. It is not something that just improves on its own while you study grammar. It is a skill you grow by listening, on purpose, again and again. So this week, give your ears dedicated time, separate from your other study. Even 10 or 15 minutes a day of pure listening. No reading along at first, just listening. Treat it like training a muscle you have been ignoring. It may feel hard at the start, and that is exactly the sign that this muscle needed the work. Second, and this one changes everything. Native speakers are not actually speaking faster than you think. Their words are blending together. When you learned English words, you learned them one at a time, clean and separate. But that is not how people really talk. In real speech, the words melt into each other. Did you eat becomes jeet. What are you doing becomes what you doing. I am going to becomes what you doing. I am going to becomes I'm going. The sounds link, drop, and squeeze together. So the problem was never the speed. The problem is that nobody taught you what English actually sounds like when it relaxes. Once your ears learn these blended patterns, fast speech suddenly slows down, all by itself. So start to listen for the blends, not just the separate words. When you watch something, turn on the subtitles and notice the gap between what you read and what you actually hear. Oh, that whole phrase became one little sound. The more you notice these patterns, the more your ear expects them. And what you expect, you can finally hear. Third, get a lot of input that you actually enjoy. Here is a simple truth that the science agrees on. To understand speech, your ears need hours and hours of it. There is no shortcut around the hours, but there is a way to make the hours feel easy and even fun. Listen to things you genuinely love. A show you cannot stop watching. A podcast about your favorite hobby. A creator who makes you laugh. When you are truly interested, 2 things happen. You naturally want to listen for longer, and your brain pays closer attention because it actually cares. 10 boring minutes teach you very little. 2 happy hours, lost in something you love, quietly train your ears more than any textbook ever could. So choose your listening by one rule. Do I enjoy this? Find English content about the things you already love, and let yourself binge it, guilt-free. Put it on while you cook, while you walk, while you relax. You are not wasting time. You are bathing your ears in English, and that is some of the best listening practice there is. Fourth, start just below your level and then slowly climb. Many learners make the same mistake. They jump straight into the fastest, hardest native content, understand almost nothing, and feel crushed. But listening that is far too hard does not train you. It just discourages you. The sweet spot is content where you understand most of it, maybe 80 or 90%, and have to stretch a little for the rest. That stretch is where the learning happens. So do not be ashamed to start with slower, clearer English made for learners. Build your confidence there. Then, step by step, climb toward faster, more natural speech as your ears get stronger. Learning is a staircase, not a leap. So be honest about your level and pick listening that feels challenging but mostly understandable. If you catch almost nothing, go one step easier with no shame. If it feels too easy, climb one step harder. Keep yourself in that sweet spot, just at the edge of your ability, and your listening will improve faster than you would believe. Fifth, listen again to catch what you missed. There are two kinds of listening, and you need both. The first is wide listening, lots of easy input just for the flow. The second is deep listening, where you take one short piece and really study it with your ears. Here's how. Take just 30 seconds of audio. Listen once and catch what you can. Listen again and you will hear a little more. Listen again, and suddenly a word you completely missed becomes clear. Only at the very end do you check the text to catch anything left. Each replay sharpens your ear, training it to pull words out of the rushing stream of sound. So a few times a week, do this deep listening. Take one short clip and listen to it 3 or 4 times before you ever look at the words. Resist the urge to read first. The struggle to catch the sounds, that effort, is exactly what makes your ears stronger. Then check the text and enjoy the moment when the mystery sound finally makes sense. Sixth, stop translating and let the meaning flow. Here's a habit that quietly blocks your listening. As soon as you hear an English word, your brain rushes to translate it into your own language. But while you are busy translating word 1, the speaker has already said words 2, 3, and 4, and you have lost them. Translation is simply too slow for real-time listening. The goal is to understand English directly, as English, without the detour through your first language. This feels impossible at first, but it comes with practice, and it is the same way you understood your first language as a child. You did not translate, you just understood. Trust the meaning to arrive, even when you cannot translate every single word. So, when you listen, practice letting go. Do not stop to translate every word. Aim for the overall meaning, and let the unknown words float by. Get comfortable understanding the gist, the general idea, without catching every detail. That comfort, that ability to relax and let the language wash over you, is itself a core listening skill, and it is one of the most freeing to learn. Seventh, and finally, use shadowing to tune both your ears and your mouth. Shadowing is one of the most powerful listening exercises there is. Here is how it works. You take a short piece of audio from a speaker you like and you repeat it out loud almost at the same time as them, copying their sounds, their rhythm, and their melody as closely as you can. Why does this help your listening so much? Because to copy a sound, you first have to hear it, truly hear it. Shadowing forces your ears to notice the exact blends and rhythms of natural speech. And as a beautiful bonus, your own speaking and pronunciation improve at the very same time. You are training your ear and your mouth together in one simple exercise. So try shadowing for just 5 minutes a day. Take 30 seconds of audio from someone you would love to sound like. Play a little and copy it out loud, matching their rhythm and music. Then again and again. You are not just hearing the language anymore. You are stepping inside it and teaching your ears its true shape from the inside. So, let's gather it together. Listening is a separate skill, so train it on purpose. Native speakers are not fast. Their words just blend together. Get hours of input you genuinely enjoy. Start just below your level, then climb. Listen again to catch what you missed. Stop translating and let the meaning flow. And use shadowing to tune your ear and your mouth at once. That wall of fast, blurry English was never a sign that you were bad at the language. It was simply a skill that had not been trained yet. So be patient with your ears. Give them a little time each day with things you love, and one day, almost without noticing, you will realize you are following a fast conversation with ease. The train you used to miss, you will be riding. And one last, gentle reminder for when it feels slow. Listening is the skill that improves most quietly. You will not notice it getting better day by day. It happens in the background, while you are simply enjoying your shows and your podcasts. And then one day, weeks from now, you will catch yourself understanding a fast line you would once have missed completely, and you will realize how far your ears have come. So do not measure yourself each day. Just keep feeding your ears, a little at a time, with patience, and with things you love. The progress is real, even on the days you cannot feel it. Trust the hours, and keep listening. If this helped you, hit subscribe and like. It really helps the channel. Take care of yourself this week.